Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to solve the problem in exercise 1.1. Yes, already we have started exercise 1.1 and we solved few problems in exercise 1.1 based on Euclid's division algorithm. Isn't it? We have found the HCF of two positive integers. Isn't it? We have found the HCF of two positive integers using Euclid's division algorithm. In this section, we are going to start with the problem number 4. Let us see the question first. See here, use Euclid's division lemma and show that the square of any positive integer is of the form 3m or 3m plus 1 for some integer m. I will repeat the question. Use Euclid's division lemma and show that square of any positive integer is of the form 3m or 3m plus 1 for some integer m. What is given in the question? Yes, we have to use Euclid's division lemma and we have to show the square of any positive integer is of the form. If you square any positive integer, it can be written in the form of 3m or 3m plus 1 for some integer m. So how to prove that? Let's write the Euclid's division lemma first. Okay, what is Euclid's division lemma? So, first write the Euclid's division lemma. Euclid's division lemma. What is given? What we know? A is equal to b cube plus r, 0 less than or equal to r less than or b. This is the Euclid's division lemma. Here, a may be any integer. A, b, any integer. Take as any integer. That integer only we are going to prove here as a square. Okay. And what about b? See the question. What we have to take as b? 3. Yes. b we have to take it as 3 because it is in the form of b cube plus r. So we have to take b as 3. And what about the status of r? R is equal to 0, 1, 2 because if you say r should satisfy this condition. No, this r should be greater than or equal to 0 and less than b. So greater than or equal to 0 means 0, 1, 2. Okay. Now we wrote the general things what we needed here. Euclid's division lemma we wrote. And what about a and what about b and what about the remainder? But in the question they are asking the square of any positive integer can be written in the form of 3m or 3m plus 1. So, how to show that? Listen. First, case 1. Take case 1 as remainder. Remainder is equal to 0. Case 1, the remainder is equal to 0. So, how to write this equation? A is equal to b. In the place of b, 3q plus 0. That is equal to a is equal to 3q. But we have to square because in the question they are asking square of any positive integer. So we have to square the integer and see whether it is in the form of 3m and 3m plus 1. So if we square on both the sides, a square is equal to 3q the whole square. This square is common for both 3 and q. So how to write this? 3 square, either you can write directly. 3 is what is that? 3 into 3, 9. And q square is q square. Okay. Now, what we have to do? We have to check whether it can be written in the form of 3m or 3m plus 1. So, if I check this, 9 can be written as 3 into 3q square. Shall we split like this? 9 can be split like this. 3 3s are 9. So 3 into 3q square, which is equal to 3m. Because m may be any integer. Here m is equal to 3q square. Here m is equal to 3q square. So the first step I wrote a square and got in the form of 3m. In the place of m, 3 into some integer. That integer we are taking it as m. M may be any integer, so m is equal to 3q square. Now, we have with the first case and check that a square can be written in the form of 3m. Now, case 2. What is the case 2? going to take the remainder r is equal to 1. That is a is equal to 3q plus 1. A is equal to 3q plus 1. A. So keep a is a 3. We have to square, no? We have to square. So take a square is equal to 3q plus 1 the whole square. We are taking the square on both the sides. So a square is equal to, how to expand this? Using algebraic identity. What is the algebraic identity? We know using this. A plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Whenever you are finding the problem like algebraic identity, just you have to use the algebraic identity, then only you have to expand it. Okay. So instead of a, here we are having 3q, and instead of b, here we are having the number 1. So we have to expand this in the form of a plus b the whole square. So a square plus 2ab. So 2 into 3q into 1 plus b square, that is 1 square. Now expand this 3 3s are 9 q square plus 2 3s are 6, 6 into 1 6. So 6q plus 1 square is 1. Now see what we can do. Here from 9 and 6 we can take 3 common. Here nothing to add or subtract, no like term, so it cannot be added or subtracted. So leave that. But think how to write this in the form of 3m or 3m plus 1. Here plus 1 is already there. So just express this in the form of 3m. So that we have to take 3 common. Whether it is possible to take 3 common here? Yes, we are having the number 9 and 6 here. From this two number 3 is able to take common. So if I take 3 common, the remaining will be 3q. Isn't it? 3q square plus 3 2s are 6. So 2q plus 1 is here. This is a integer. This is some integer. I don't know the value of the integer, but it will be some integer. So just we can write this as 3m plus 1. That integer m is equal to, we can take it as 3q square plus 2q. 3q square plus 2q. So here also, in the second case also, the square of the positive integer is expressed in the form of 3m plus 1. Let us check for the case 3. What is the case 3 we are having here? Case 3. What we are having here? Remainder is equal to 2. The remainder is equal to 2. So what is the procedure we have to do? What we have to do here? A is equal to 3q plus 2. And we have to square on both the sides. So a square is equal to 3q plus 2 the whole square. 3q plus 2 the whole square. What we have to use here? Again we have to use the algebraic identity. So if you use the algebraic identity, a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab. So 2 into 3q into 2 plus b square, that is 2 square. Now 3 3s are 9, q square, 2 3s are 6, 6 2s are 12. So 12 q plus 2 2s are 4. See, here also there is no like terms. So just what you have to think, you have to express this in the form of 3m plus 1. But for 9 and 12 we can take the number 3 common. But for what? 4. So we are going to rearrange the step as 9q square plus 12q. 4 can be written as 3 plus 1. 4 can be written in the form of 3, expressed in the form of 3. It can be written as 3 plus 1. So here first 3 terms are going to consider. Consider the first 3 terms. From the first 3 terms we can take 3 common. Yes, we can take the number 3 common. So if we take 3 common, the remainder will be 3q square plus 4 3s are 12. So 4q plus 1 3 is 3 1 and that plus 1 is retained here. See, just I am taking 3 into m plus 1 because I am considering m is equal to 3 any integer, that is 3q square plus 4q plus 1. We are considering m as any integer 3q square plus condition in the form of 3m plus 1. So from this what we can conclude is the square of any positive integer is of the form 3m or 3m plus 1. Okay, surely we can express in the form of 3m or 3m plus 1. Okay children, next we will solve the fifth problem. Yes, now we are going to see the fifth problem. Let us see the first question now. Use Euclid's division lemma to show that cube of any positive integer is of the form 9m or 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. Okay, see here repeatedly we are seeing this type of problems, so they are very important. See in the first, before this question we have discussed about the square of any positive integer can be expressed in the form of 3m or 3m plus 1. Here we are speaking about the cube of, okay, we have to take the cube of any positive integer can be expressed in the form of 9m or 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. Okay, just we are going to follow the same procedure only, but see here how we are going to find. Okay, first you have to write the Euclid's division lemma. What is the Euclid's division lemma? We know. Yeah, very good. A is equal to BQ plus R. We have to write the Euclid's division lemma first. That is A is equal to BQ plus R. And the important condition is we have to write the condition for the remainder is. Okay, now we will analyze now what is A. What is A here? A is any integer. So A be any integer. Take as any integer. And what about B? B here actually we have to take 9. If 9 is considered about the reminders will have from 0 to 8. For that how many cases we have to solve. So just we are going to consider here the divisor as B, 3. Okay, the divisor B. See here we are going to take B as 3. Because the problem if you are taking for 9, B is equal to 9, it will be very big. Okay, you have to solve for 9 cases. But 3 is also the divisor of 9. No? Whatever the number divided by 3 is also divided by here. Okay, so 9, the divisor we are taking it as 3. Here we are doing the problem of 3, it will satisfy for 9. So consider B is equal to 3 here. And so for the condition B, what are the reminders? Here now we are considering the divisor as 3. So what are the possible reminders? Yes, what are the possible reminders? Reminders is equal to 0, 1, 2. Okay, so just 3 cases we will analyze whether it can be written in the form of 9m or 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. Okay, so the only thing we have to be careful here, if we take the divisor as B, have to analyze for 8 cases because we get nearly 8 to 9 reminders. So only we are taking one of the divisor of 9 here, that is 3. Okay, so here we are analyzing with 3 is enough to see whether the condition is satisfied or not. Okay, so as like what we did before, take the first case. Case 1. What is the case 1? Remainder is equal to 0. In the case 1, we are considering the remainder is equal to 0. Okay, so what? How to rewrite? A is equal to 3q plus the remainder is 0. Isn't it? Now, it can be written which is equal to A is equal to 3q. But in the question we are speaking about the cube of natural number, positive number. So A cube is equal to 3q the whole cube. What about 3q? It is 3 3s are 9. 3 should be multiplied by 3 times. 3 3s are 9 and 3s are 27q cube. But in the question just we have to analyze whether it can be written in the form of 9m or 9m plus 1. So whether it is able to write in the form of 9, yeah, we can take 9 common and we can write it as 3q square. Isn't it 3q cube? Because 9 3s are 27, q cube just written like that itself. So it can be written in the form of 9m. What about m? M may be any integer, no? So we can take m is equal to 3q cube. Okay, so here we expressed the integer. If you are taking the cube of the integer, we expressed in the form of 9m in the first case. Let us see the second case now. So, case 2. In the case 2, the remainder r is equal to 1. What we have to consider? The remainder r is equal to 1. So, A is 3 cube plus 1. Here we have to cube the number. So a cube is equal to 3 cube plus 1 the whole cube. Have you remembered how to do this? Yeah, we have to use the algebraic identity. What it is? Tell me the identity what it is? A plus b the whole cube is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3a b square. So a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3a b square. This identity we have to use here, then only we have to expand it. Okay, so let us see the expansion now. In the place of a what we are having 3 cube and in the place of b we are having 1. So how to expand it? A cube plus b cube plus 3a square. A square means 3 cube square into b plus 3a into b square, that is 1 square. Is just do the expansion now. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27 cube plus 1 cube is 1. See here, plus 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. So if you do that, we will be getting 27 cube square. Overall, if you multiply, if the square is here, so 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, 27 into 1 is 27 cube square. Plus 3 3s are 9, 9 into 1 is 9, so 9 cube. See, after this expansion, just arrange in order. So what will come first? 27 cube square plus 27 cube plus 9 cube plus 1. Just I am taking the order of powers of cube. Okay. Now, is it possible to take 9 common? Yes. See the first 3 numbers. Here we can take 9 common. Okay. The second one you have to take 9m plus 1. Already plus 1 is there. If you see other 3 first terms, we can take 9 common. Isn't it? If I take 9 common, the right you have 3 q square plus 3 q plus q. See? Because 9 is 27 and 9 is 27, 1 9 plus 1 plus 1. So this can be undoubtedly can be written as 9 m plus 1. This set, I am taking it as m, it may be any integer, so we can consider m is equal to 3 q square plus 3 q plus q. It may be any integer. So in the second case, if I cube the number, positive number, I am getting the answer in the form of 9m plus 1 and m for some integer. Now let us solve for the case 3. What's the case 3 we are having here? The remainder r is equal to 2. So we have to take the remainder r is equal to 2. So how to write this? A is equal to 3q plus 2. What we have to do? Cube of the numbers now. So you have to cube. So a cube is equal to 3q plus 2 the whole cube. We have to take whole cube. Again see, we have to use this algebraic identity, then only we can expand this. So how to expand this? A cube plus b cube. Isn't it? A cube plus b cube plus 3a square. So a square is 3q, the whole square into b plus what we have to write? 3ab square. So 3 into a into b square you have to write. Now find the answer. Solve and find the answer here. So 27 cube. Here 2 cube is 8. The value of 2 cube is 8 plus here 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, 27 into 54, 27 into 54 cube square plus 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 into 3, 36 cube. Just see, just multiply the numbers and take the variables along. So see here, if you take square, 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. In the last we are having three numbers. One is square. So 2 is 4, 4 is 12, 12 is 36 cube. Now just write in the order of powers of cube. What is the first here? 27 cube cube plus 54 cube square plus 36 cube plus 8. What we are having the number 8 finally. See, I have to express in the form of 9m plus 8. See, already 8 is there. See the first three variables. They are the can be divided by 3. So take here you have write in the form of 9m plus 8. No? So possible to take by 9 common? Yes. If I take 9 common, 3 cube square. Check. 9 3 is 27 plus 6 9 are 54. So 6 cube square plus 4 9 are 36. So 4 cube plus 8. So finally this can be written in the form of 9m plus 8. 9m plus 8. This three terms just is an integer. We are considering it as m. So m is equal to what are they? 3 q square plus 6 q. Here we are having cube. So you have to replace cube here. So 3 q cube plus 6 q square plus 4 cube. See here the third case also. If you are taking the cube of the number, at some integer for m, we are getting the answer in the form of 9m plus 8. So see, in these three cases, we are having the cube of positive numbers. See, in the first case, we are taking the first positive number and we are getting in the form of 9m. And here, if we cube, we are getting in the form of 9m plus 1 for some integer m. In the third case, we are getting in the form of 9m plus 8 for some integer m. So it is shown that any positive integer, cube of any positive integer is in the form of 9m or 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. Okay children. So with this we have finished our first exercise. Okay. Based on Euclid's division lemma we have solved some problems. In the first exercise this model problem we are having repeatedly. Also it is very important also. Okay, so based on this model only, if any question replaced as if the form is replaced as 4m plus 1 or 2m or 2m plus 1, use the same procedure. Use Euclid's division lemma and identify the divisor as well as the remainder. Analyze the given condition for each cases. Okay, and see the final answer we are getting in the same form. Okay, let us start the second exercise now. In the second exercise, we are going to see the problems based on fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay, so first let us learn what is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic states. See here, every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. What is a composite number? A number which have more than two factors, same number and one. Okay, apart from same number and 1, if any number have other factors, then it is called as a composite numbers. What is a prime number? The number which have only the factors 1 and the same number. Okay, in other words, we can say the number which can be divided by 1 or the same number are called as the prime numbers. Okay, so from 1 to 10, tell me some examples for prime number. 1 to 10, tell me all the prime numbers. What are they? 1 is neither prime nor composite. So keep in mind this. 1 is neither prime nor composite. 1 is a odd number but it is not a prime number. Okay. So 2, 3, 5, 7. These are the prime numbers less than 10. Composite numbers means what are they? 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. These are the composite numbers. Okay. So see here what the fundamental theorem of arithmetic theorem states here. Every composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. That means if you take any composite number, not only from 1 to 10, any composite number, we can express that composite number as the product of primes. Just using the prime numbers, we can express the composite number. For example, see here, I took 8. 8 can be, if you do the prime factorization of 8, we can write it as 2 into 2 into 2. 2 is a prime number, no? So 8 is a composite number, 2 is a prime number. is. So here a composite number is expressed in the product of primes. So we can write it as 2q. See the other number 24. 24 is a composite number. See here, if I do the prime factorization for the composite number, we are having 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So this composite number can also be expressed in the form of primes using the number 2 and 3. So we can write it as 2 cube into 3. Yes. See the next thing, and this factorization is unique. That means for each and every composite number, this factorization is unique. See, for 8 we are having 2 into 2 into 2, just it is 2 cube. For 24 you are having 2 into 2 into 3, and we can write it as 2 cube into 3. It may be having the unique prime factorization. Apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. Apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. Apart from the order, just we will write in the order now. We will start dividing using the first prime number 2. So here also see, I started with 2, here also started with 2. If 2 is not possible, we are going for the next prime number 3. So that order only unique for each and every problem. Or 2, 3, 5, the next prime numbers will be in the order. That order only will be here same. Otherwise, the prime factorization is unique for each and every composite number. Okay, see the definition again. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. It's very important. Every composite number can be expressed in the product of primes. Whatever the composite number 2 or 5 digit number, whatever it is given, every number can be expressed in the product of primes. And this factorization is unique. For each and every number, this factorization is unique. Apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. Prime factors occur means the places where they occur. In the orders 2, 3, that apart from that order, everything is unique. So here I wrote only the two examples 8 and 24. They are composite numbers. And see, this composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. Okay. So in this exercise, we are going to solve the problems based on prime factorization. If a number is given, how to prime factorize the composite number and how to find the factors, okay, prime factors of the numbers, and how to find the HCF and the LCM of two given numbers using prime factorization method. Let us solve the exercise problem now. See the first problem in exercise 1.2. Express each number as product of its prime factors. See here, some numbers are given. We have to express in the product of prime factors. Okay. For that, we have to use the prime factorization method. Yes. So first read the first subdivision. 140. The number given is 140. We have to find the prime factors for this number. First, what we have to do? We have to do the prime factorization for this. So 140. If you started doing the prime factors, start from the number 2. If 2 is not possible, go for the next. Go in the order. Okay. So first start with 2. If the number 2 is not possible, then go for the number 3. If 3 is also not possible, then go for the next prime number 5. Okay. But here it ends with 0. Surely 2. It is able to divide by 2. So 2. So 7 2s are 14 and 0. Again my 2. 3 2s are 6, remainder 1. So 5 2s are 10. Now see, after this step we are having 35. See the last digit, we are having 5. Whether 5 is able to divide by 2? No, it is not possible. So go with the next prime number 3. Whether it is possible to divide by 3? No, it is also not possible to divide by 3. So choose the next option 5. Yes, the last digit is 5. Surely it is able to divide by 5. 7 5s are 35. 7 is a prime number, only divided by 7. So 1. How to write? So we are going to write 140 is equal to 2 into 2 into 5 into 7. We express as the product of primes. Just compute the answer using powers. Okay. 2 times now. So we can write it as 2 square into 5 into 7. So see, we express the composite number 140 as a product of primes. Okay. So whatever the number is given and you are asked to find the expression. Okay, after that write in order the prime numbers and finalize the answer. Okay, just express using the powers. If 2 3 times means 2 power cube. Okay, express as a power. Yes, so 140 is equal to 2 square 2 power 2 into 5 into 7. Now 3825. What is the second solution we are having? 3825. We have to express as product of primes. So start with 3825. See the last digit. I told it start from 2. But according to the case, you have to think. See the last digit what we are having here? 5. Whether 5 is able to divide by 2? No, it is not possible to divide by 2. So check with 3. The next prime number 3. What we are having? 1 3 is 3. Then 2 3s are 6. Remainder 2. 7 3s are 21 and 5 3s are 15. Just like a division. If it is not, I am not able to do like this, take the number separately. 3825. Check dividing using 3. Check divide using 3. How we will divide? 1 3 is 3. And next digit is 8. And what will do? 2 3s are 6. Remainder 2, 22. So 7 3s are 21. Remainder 1 and then we get the remainder 5 down. So 5 3s are 15. So which is equal to, so see here, it is able to divide by 3 and we are getting the number 1275. If it is possible to divide directly, do that. Otherwise, doing the rough column, perform the division, then write the number. Yes. Again, next we are also going to divide using 3. Shall we check with 3? See. 4 3s are 12. Okay. And here 7. So 2 3s are 6. Remainder 1, 15. 5 3s are 15. Now again check with 3. Shall we try with 3? Yeah, let's check. 3. 1 3 is 3. Remainder 1. 4 3s are 12. But 5 is not possible to divide by 3 here. So 3 is not possible here. So what we have to do? We have to choose the next prime number 5. 42. 4 is smaller number, no? Just take 3 42. 8 5s are 40. Remainder 2. 5 5s are 25. Okay. So again it is possible to divide by 5? Yes. If it is possible to divide by 5, 1 5 is 5. From 8 5 goes remainder 3. 7 5s are 35. 17 is a prime number. It is well known. 17 is a prime number. It is possible to divide only by 17. So here 117 is 17. So what's the final answer we are having? 3825 is equal to 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. 5 into 5 into 17. Just combine and write the numbers in powers. So how to write it? 3 2 times, no? So 3 square. 5 2 times, so 5 square into 17. See, here we are having a 4-digit composite number and we express the number as the product of primes. So whatever the number is given for you, just express the number using the prime factorization number. Okay. So check whether the number is possible to divide by using the last digit. You can check whether it is possible to divide by 2 or the next number. If it is 2 is possible, start using dividing 2. Otherwise, go for the next prime number 3 and start using dividing 2. See here in the step after this 3 is not possible. So what we have to do? We have to choose the next prime number option and we have to start dividing using that. Yes, and finally write the prime factorization for the given numbers. See the second problem, children. Find the LCM and HCF. Verify LCM into HCF equal to product of two numbers. See here 2 numbers is given. We have to find the HCF and LCM for these 2 numbers. And we have to verify LCM into HCF equal to product of 2 numbers. Yes, it is always true for whatever the 2 positive integers you are finding the HCF and LCM. Surely the product of the LCM and HCF is equal to the product of the given 2 numbers. Here 2 numbers is taken as example and we are going to verify that. Okay, so first to find the LCM and HCF, what we have to do? We have to do the prime factorization. If you do the prime factorization only, we can find what is the HCF and what is the LCM. Let us find the HCF and LCM first. So 510 is possible to divide by 2. 2 is 4 and 5 is 10. Again 10, 5 is 10. It is not possible to divide by 2, so choose 3. 8 3 is 24, remainder 1 and 5 3 is 15. Again solve using 5. 1 5 is 5, 7 5 is 35. 1 5 is 5, remainder 3, so 7 5 is 35. 17 is the prime number, so 71. That is 510 can be written as 2 into 3 into 5 into 17. Now 92. We are having the other number 92. 2 times 4 2s are 8, remainder 1 and 6 2s are 12. 46. Again 2 times 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6, 23. So 23 is a prime number. So 23 times only possible. So 1. That is 92 can be done as 2 into 23. Now we have to identify the HCF and LCM first. So HCF. HCF is the common divisor. See here we are having only 2. The number only 2. So HCF is equal to 2. Here the common divisor for both the number is 2. Is now LCM. LCM, what are the numbers we are having? 2 into the next number 2 into, in order we are having 3 into 5 into 17. All the factors calculated as LCM here. So 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 17 into 23. Forgot 23 no? Into 23. Okay. So the LCM you have to multiply. If you multiply all, you will be getting the answer 23460. What is the answer? 23,460. Now, what we have to do? We have to multiply HCF and LCM. HCF into LCM. Multiply and see, that is 23460 into 2. If we multiply, what is the answer? 0, 2 and 9, 6, 4. 46,920. If we multiply these two given numbers, LCM and HCF of these two given numbers, the answer is 46,920. Okay, now find the product of the given two numbers. What are the two numbers? 510 into 92. Again, if I multiply this given two numbers, these are given two numbers, the answer is 0, 2, 9, 6, 4. See, we are getting the same number. Thus, what we can conclude? LCM into HCF is equal to product of given two numbers. Product of given two numbers. So see, whatever the number is given, there if you are supposed to verify LCM HCF into equal to product of two numbers using prime factorization, first find what is the HCF and LCM. Okay, multiply the HCF and LCM and verify the answer to the product of given two numbers. Always they are equal only, but you have to do the process and check. See here we are getting equal, so the given is verified as LCM and HCF equal to product of two numbers. See the fourth problem. Given that HCF of 306 and 657 is equal to 9, find their LCM. In this problem, for two numbers they gave its HCF and we have to identify the LCM. In this previous problem is we have seen the relationship between the HCF, LCM and given numbers. What it is? The product of HCF and LCM is equal equal to the product of given numbers. Using that relation only, we are going to find the LCM of these two numbers here. Okay. So what is given here? What is given in this question? HCF equal to 9. HCF is given as 9. But we know the relation that LCM into HCF is equal to product of given numbers. Okay, product of given numbers. Also we verified this, not only in words, we also verified one problem using this. Now substitute the value, we want to find the LCM only. So keep LCM as it is. Into HCF we are having the value 9 in our hand. And what are the two numbers? 306 into 657. Now what we have to do? We have to find the LCM now. So keep LCM is equal to 306 into 657 by 9. Just we can multiply this and divide by 9. But see, any number here is possible to divide by 9. Simplify and then multiply, it is easy, no? So if I simplify this 1 times and here 7 nines are 63. Remember 2, 27. That is 3 nines are 27. 657 is possible to simplify by 9. So first I am simplifying, then we are going to multiply. So what are the remaining we are having? 306 into 73. If I multiply these two numbers, 8, 3, 3, 2, 2. Okay, what's the number we are having here? 22,338. So the LCM of the given two numbers is 22,338. Okay, so for any two numbers, if LCM is given or HCF is given, either one is given, and supposed to find the second ones, just use this relationship. Okay, what is given substitute here, the unknown will be retained. Just take to the next slide. Maybe it is multiplication or division. Do the calculation and get the LCM or HCF. Okay. See the next question, children. Problem number 5. Check whether 6 power n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. If n tags any natural number, whether it is possible to end 6 power n with the digit 0. For example, 6 power 2. 6 6 are 36. We will find the answer now. They are asking any possible is there to end with the digit 0. Okay. Yes, let us see the solution now. See here, we can give plenty of examples, but in general we can identify whether it ends with 0 or not. See the solution. If any natural number ends with the digit 0, it should be divisible by 10. Yes, if any natural number, you can take any natural number that ends with 0. Surely that number is possible to divide by 10. Or in other words, it will also be divisible by 2 or 5, as 10 is equal to 2 into 5. Okay, it is not possible. If it is divisible by 10, should be also divisible by 2 and 5. For example, see, 10 is equal to 2 into 5. So any number ends with 0 has the product of 2 and 5. Isn't it? So if it is possible to divide it by 10, the number is also possible to divide by 2 and 5. That means any number, if it has its factor in the form of 2 and 5, surely the number ends with the digit 0. Isn't it? Any number that has the factor 2 and 5, surely the number ends with the digit 0. Now let us see the prime factorization of 6 power n here. See, the prime factorization of 6 power n is equal to 2 into 3. The factors of 6 are only 2 and 3. The prime factors are only 2 and 3. You are finding the number 5 here? No. If 2 and 5 are there, 2 is here. But 2 and 5 are there, only the digit will ends with 0. But here only we are having 2 and 3. So see, it can be observed that 5 is not in the prime factorization of 6 power n. 5 is not in the prime factorization of 6 power n. For that only we wrote the first condition here. Any number that ends with the digit 0, it should be divisible by 10. In other words, it should be divisible by 2 and 5. That means the number should have the prime factorization as 2 and 5. The factors as 2 and 5. But if you find the prime factorization for 6 power n, we are having only 2 and 3, 5 is not there. So what is the conclusion we can write here? Is the number 6 power n does not ends with the digit 0. See here, we wrote the reason also here. 5 is not in the prime factorization of 6 power n. Hence, for any value of n, 6 power n will not be divisible by 5. For any value of n, 6 power n will not be divisible by 5. So, it is not able to divisible by 5. Means 6 power n cannot end with the digit 0. For any natural number n, it concludes that 6 power n for whatever the values of n, 6 power n cannot end with the digit 0 here. Okay, so actually we wrote the statement much here, but it is very easy to understand. Okay, any number that ends with 0 should be possible to divide by 10, or it should have the factors 2 and 5. For 6 power n, the factors if you find 2 is there but 5 is not there. If 5 is not there, surely this expansion will not end with the digit 0. So 6 power n cannot end with the digit 0 for any values of n. See the sixth problem, children. This is the last problem in exercise 1.2. Explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and some product of numbers plus 5 are composite numbers. We have to say why they are composite numbers. What is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Every composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. So, the given two expression of number, if we are writing in the product of primes, if we are having the answers in the form of product of primes, surely it is a composite number. So, we are going to check whether they are able to write in the product of primes. Okay. So, see here, the first number, the first expression I am taking here, 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. See, here, this number is having product plus of 13. Shall we take 13 common from this 2? Shall we take 13 common? If we take 13 common, what will be the remaining? 7 into 11. 7 into 11, 13 we took common plus 13 we took common, so 1. From here we took 13 as common, here also we took 13 as common. So 7 into 11 plus 1. So we are having 13 into 7 into 11 is 77 plus 1 is 78. Here 78 can be written as 13 into 6. 13 into 6. That means this expression can be written as 13 into 6 can be written as 2 into 3. See, the given expression, just I am writing in the product of primes. See here, I am getting all the expression in the product and all the numbers are prime numbers. So, this number, if it is expressed as the product of primes, surely the given number is a composite number. So, we can write the conclusion as 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is a composite number. Is a composite number. So, any number that can be expressed as the product of primes is a composite number. See, I am not finding the whole answer for that number. Just I am splitting the expression and I am making this as a checking whether it is getting the product of primes. Yes, it is getting the final answer as the product of primes. So, the given number we can consider as a composite number. In the same way, let us check the second number here. See, what is the second number? 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. See, this until this we are having a product is a 1 number plus 5. What is common here? 5. So, take 5 common. If you take 5 common, 7 into 6, I took 5. So, 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Here also I took 1. So 5 common, so plus 1. So 5 into. If I multiply and add, multiply this set of numbers, I will get the answer 1008 plus 1. That is 5 into 1009. 5 into 1009. Here 5 is a prime number. As like 1009 is also a prime number. It cannot be factorized further. It cannot be factorized further. So again we are getting the product of two prime numbers. Answer for this question also we are getting the product of two prime numbers. So it is a, so the given number is a composite number. So the given number is a composite number. So if any number is given like this expression means we have to, don't think that 7 into 11 we have to multiply, then we have to multiply by 13, we have to add, then only we can analyze whether it is a composite number or not. Just try to express the given expression as the product of primes. You see the final expression. If the expression is only made up of prime numbers, product of prime numbers, surely the given number is a composite number. So with this we have completed our second exercise, children. Okay, in the second exercise only we have seen about the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. That is, every composite number can be expressed as the product of prime. And keep in mind, one is neither prime nor composite. Okay, always we will do this small mistake wherever we are finding prime and composite numbers. Okay, yes. And how to find the HCF and LCM of positive integers using prime factorization. Okay, so based on this same model, you will be getting your assignment problems also. Okay, so you have to go through this problem and work out your assignment problem in the same manner. Okay, children, thank you.